Yang, pineapple ting, hey, hey, it's summer things, no way, it's summer things, hey, hey, I like to hang, hey, high, and get high on knowledge today.
Hi everybody, it's Sparkle of Spemma here again, and this is the second installment of SOS Sessions. Today I have a special guest on. It is Tifebolu.
Hi.
Me and Tife today are going to talk about what it means to stay in your own lane and be okay if you have to stop at some point in life, whatever it is you're going for, and just take a break and reboot yourself. So, I'm going to start off by talking about the beauty of a streetlight. So, not like the streetlights that go off when like the curfew time comes or whatever at night, but like the red, yellow, and green light. And so basically, with the streetlight, you have this opportunity to one, go when it's green. Yes, there's a speed limit and everyone is going at their own pace, and you should be going at your own pace. You shouldn't be pressured to follow what other people are doing just because they're doing it in the same zone as you. When there's a yellow light, you have you're getting a warning that you are going to slow down, that you're going to become exhausted, frustrated, stuff like that. And when it's a red light, you can completely come to a halt. And at that point, you can regenerate yourself, recharge yourself, because we're all human. None of us are robots. Let me know if you are, but I'm not. And so, because I'm not a robot, I will get frustrated and I will just have to take a break and realize, okay, I need to recharge myself. I need to get back to who I am, what I'm trying to do, and remind myself. And you can't sit at that red light forever because you're not going to get to the destination. And so, do you want to start with your example first?
Yes.
Okay. TV's basically going to go into how this applies to her.
For me, I have this really funny thing where I like set a plan for myself, my life till I'm like 32, and I literally will go up to my family members and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna graduate at 21. I'm gonna take a 1 year gap year. I'm gonna go to med school. I'm gonna join this residency program. I might do PhD. I want to do healthcare, just like these set in stone things. And like, I have this family member that whenever I just talk, she just laughs because she's like, life is not gonna go exactly the way you plan it. And for now, you just need to focus on yourself and what you like right now and focus on doing that because you won't get that chance again. And that is so true because, like, who knows if medicine is going to be what I want to do in a while? Who knows if after chemistry I'm still going to want to be pre med? So instead of setting this plan, I need to figure out what I'm in love with right now, what I can do in my college space, what my school offers me, and just enjoy that to the fullest. And for me, like 2 months ago, after hearing her say that, I decided to actually slow down, like the yellow light. I sat for a few hours and I thought about what do I like? What am I interested in? What do I want my life in college to look like? And after that, I actually changed my major completely because I realized that I really liked something else. I found clubs that I was interested in and I applied for those. So, like, taking that time to slow down and really think about what I like, what I enjoyed, has ultimately made me happier in the now. So, I would highly recommend just taking a few hours, sit down, think about what has happened to you in the past few months, your experiences, and just pick and choose what you like the most and try to find things that will bring those happy moments back to you.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, like, for me, my this was like actually physically strenuous incident. So, I went hiking for the first time. I was 2 summers ago, and it was out the country. It was one of the few waterfall hikes in Tanzania, like near Kilimanjaro. Hope I pronounced that correct. It's been a while. But I'm athletic. I've done sports since I was like 12. So I'm like, I got this. I'm going to be able to hike. It's going to be a piece of cake. And my tour guide kept warning us, like, the altitude and stuff's going to change. Please stay hydrated. Like, she emphasized drinking water so much that I was just like, fine, whatever. It's just water. Like, And I was also very stubborn about that. I was like, it's fine, I only need 1 bottle of water. I'll survive. And, like, you guys, the way this hike was built, like, imagine, like, a long rectangular box and, like, just a staircase going in a circle around it. And it was just, like, we weren't actually inside of a box, but it's just, like, the way that it was built, like, it was going up. And it was just stairs going upward. And there was a lot of, like, pausing for me, a lot of stopping, a lot of, like, quick sprints because I just wanted to get there and finish this thing. I was, like, one of the few people in the back that could not keep up, and it was just really tough. And the only thing that kept me going, because I did have the option of going back down to the beginning, the tour guide, she told me, hey, Sparkle, if, you can't keep doing this, like, we can just go back. And in my head, I'm just like, is she serious? I've already spent a solid 15, 20 minutes on this. I'm not about to walk back down and not actually get there. And there was this thought that, okay, when I get to the waterfall, I could finally take pictures with my friends there. I could put my feet in the water. I could sit there and enjoy it for a second, and we were going to eat lunch up there. So it's also like if I chose to go back down, I was going to be isolated eating lunch with the tour guide. And I love Hope. No offense to Hope. But, like, I wanted to be with the group as a whole. And so that was the only thing that kept me going. So it's like those moments when I did stop completely. Like, I wasn't just, like, going slower on the hike, but I just completely stopped. It was a moment for me to, like, look around me and sort of, like, remind myself of what I was trying to do and that I can keep pushing forward. And even though everyone else was moving, like, 20 miles per hour up this steep staircase, and I don't know how they did it, I was okay moving, like, 5 miles per hour just because that was the quickest I could do it. And I didn't want to die up there. So, excuse me. Like, the main point is that you, like, have to keep moving in life. So, T-Face's example is basically just constantly, like, moving through your own interests. And it's okay if things change because you're not going to remain constant. Like, you are going to grow as a person. You're going to like different things. And with that comes you liking the idea of seeing yourself as either a doctor or maybe you see yourself as a musician, stuff like that. And for me, I'm just talking about, like, actually you have to take a break and stop and regenerate yourself. But in general in life, you have to realize that you will become exhausted, you will become frustrated, and to ignore those feelings, you're just gonna make it harder for you to actually come into contact with those things, and that's when you end up, like, flashing out at a bunch of people that never did anything to you, really, just because you've chosen to hold in your frustrations about other things, and you feel like this is my punching bag, but they're not your punching bag. So, like, it's important to take like, reflective moments, slowing down in life, stuff like that. What was I gonna say? Reflective thing. Right. Okay, so the other day, this has nothing to do with anything, but the other day it rained really bad, and I was in the duck eating, and I had a meeting at 9 o'clock. I don't know why, but I like to be someplace an hour before it actually starts. It's become a problem because it's like I'm not being productive for an hour. Like, I'm there before everything begins. And I had a meeting at 9, and I was at the duck till about 7. And it was storming really hard. Like, the umbrellas outside the duck were shaking and everything. And I could have waited patiently I could have been, like, at a red light and waited for the circulator to come. But instead I was like, I'm just going to go a little slower and get back to park. So I walked through the entire rain. I had no umbrella. I didn't even have my book bag. I just had a t-shirt on. But I had an extra tank, so I took the t-shirt and used it as, like, an umbrella. But I was just soaking wet. And I didn't even sprint through the rain. Like, I just walked through it like some dramatic music video. I was just like,
90s R&B.
I was just like, I'm gonna like reflect. Like, it was so humbling because it's just like, we really are just like sacks of meat. Like, literally, water will soak us, blades will cut us. I don't know why I'm thinking about that. I've been watching a lot of Game of Thrones as well. So, bro, people are just slitting throats every day on there. So I'm sorry that came up, but like, for me, that was a moment of just, like, reflecting, and if anything, I would have let out any, like, frustrations throughout the day, because that day was also, like, in the 90s, so I was definitely really irritated just from the weather. So I think having that rain, like, helped me let off steam. So Tife, like, what do you think about people staying in, like, their own lanes instead of, like, focusing on other people? Like, what would you say to someone who can't necessarily stop in an instant but wants to?
I guess I will say, I know it can be hard to not look at others. Like you say, there's a bunch of different cars in the same zone. It can be hard to not look outside of your window and be like, that person's going faster than me, that person's driving better than me. It can be very, very hard. But you just need to keep in mind, nobody will live the same life you are living.
Oh my god, just hit me.
You alone are living that life. There will be nobody in this ever in the history of the world who will ever have the same world as you, the same background as you, the same goals, the same motivation, the same identity as you. We're all different, and therefore we do not need to copy each other. We do not need to do the same things. The beauty of humanity is that we are different in our minds. Like, just think about the fact that you as a person are special. Anything that you do, whether it be failure, something average, something great, it's going to be something nobody else, like those things, nobody else is going to do those exact same things. In the way you fail, you are special. So just keep that in mind. Don't look to other people when you're trying to live your life, because it is your life. No matter how it ends up, it's best to be able to think back and be like, I lived a life where I pursued things that I was interested in, where I tried my hardest, and a life that I am satisfied with. That is my motivation in life right now, and I hope other people can appreciate that and, you know, incorporate that into their daily dealings.
Yeah. Bouncing off of that, just like, why would you want to be a secondary version of someone else?
Hey.
Like, you were born here. Yes, you may have a name similar or the same as another person, but I guarantee you that person probably shares nothing in common with you but your name. Maybe not even the spelling. So, like, I've seen like 3 different spellings of Kayla. I'm so impressed. I've seen different spellings of Sparkle as well, but like, I never think there is another me out there. Like, it's impossible. I'm changing every day. And another thing is just like, I thought about it in terms of like cars. So the red, yellow, green light, say you're all at a red light and it's about to turn green. You are a Jeep, because I think Jeeps are the baddest car out there. Maybe somebody else is thinking of like a Mercedes, whatever. So say I'm a Jeep and somebody next to me is a Camry and the next person is a Ford. I don't want no Camry. I don't want no Ford. And so when the green light goes, I'm going at whatever speed I want. I'm the kind of person that goes a 20 and a 40. I'm not sorry. I value my life, and I'm not trying to be out here just speed racing with the rest of y'all. So you go ahead and drive 45 and a 40. I'm driving a 25 or a 20. And I'm not worried about how fast you're going, because I don't even know where you're going is another thing. We could be going to 2 different places. So why am I trying to keep up with you? It's not. It makes no sense to me. So, like, we wake up. Like, literally stop trying to keep up with everybody and where they're going in terms of, like, following that person. Like, if you see something about a person, like a mannerism or, like, a habit or just something that they have, a skill, and you admire it, you can admire that, but that doesn't mean you have to pick it up and follow that immediately. It's something you could throw in your back pocket and keep in mind next time. But if I see a person and like, oh, okay, she's a rapper now, and I'm like, I like that. You know what? I think I can be a rapper too. No, you can. And I was like, okay, you know, I have the mics, I have the headphones anyway. Let me just stop running my podcast with my best friend Emma, and let me just go ahead and just be a rapper completely. And it's just like, no, that's not gonna work. Like, it's something very cool to admire, and maybe I can put in my back pocket the skill of a rapper, which is lyricism. Pretty sure I made that word up. Probably not. But like, just like being able to like look at different words and like find connections between them. That's something I can use in my podcast. I don't have to be a rapper for it. But you guys have heard me rap on here before, so I'm already a rapper. That's happened multiple times.
Gosha's album.
I'm low key waiting for that. I've been like ad-libbing random stuff, trying to prep myself to send him an audition tape. But yeah, I just think it's important we realize that we're all given our own separate lanes in life. And even though a lot of people may be going in the same direction as you guys are all going at different speeds. And you guys are going to different destinations. Never going to the same place. And when you meet people that are the same place as you, they came from different paths. You didn't even see them on the way there. So it's like even better. You meet these new people. You meet these new ideas where they didn't come from the same road as you and stuff like that. So yeah, just next time you see a street light, I want you to just sit there and think to yourself, what is it that I'm going after? What is it that's frustrating me, makes me want to stop or slow down? And how can I recharge myself and build myself back up to keep going? Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Just one last thing. I saw this video on Twitter recently, and it was literally so scary. So it was on a highway, and all these people are on the same lane. They're going about the same speed, all heading to different destinations. And this one car just comes by. It's a really nice car, but they're going super duper fast, and they just plow right into another car. And like, it was a disaster. So what I'm saying with this is like, when you're in the lane and you're like going at your speed and you see somebody who's going faster and you're like, maybe I should be going faster too. Maybe I'll get to my destination better if I go faster. But you don't know what that person's end result will be. You don't know if that person will even make it to the destination. So they're going at a speed which they think is best, but it wasn't best. They didn't take the time to slow down. They didn't take the time to stop when they needed, and they ended up crashing before they got to their destination, which is why it's best for you to follow your own path and get there safely and happily.
So if you catch me driving in St. Louis, just know that I will not be following the speed limit, but you are welcome to trail behind me. You're not going to get where you're trying to go in time, but I'm getting where I got to go. All right.